Okay, everyone, welcome to the panel discussion on Bitcoin Layer 2 scaling solution to bring more users into the ecosystem. I'm Naka, co-founder and CEO of Satoshi Protocol, and I'll be your moderator today. It's a pleasure to have all of you to explore one of the most transformative and exciting areas within the Bitcoin ecosystem. So, all right, we have heard the phrase, right? Bitcoin is a digital gold. But today, we'll talk about the Bitcoin evolving far beyond being just a store of value. With Layer 2 technology, Bitcoin is becoming faster, more scalable, more accessible. So it's transforming into the platform for different applications, much more. So today, discussion will focus on the key question, how Bitcoin Layer 2 solution bring more users into the ecosystem. So before we started, when I will start with introduce the panelists, David, again, is it your first time in Taiwan?
Actually, it is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me
I've
start
been enjoying
with
it
you.
a lot so far.
Okay, let's start with you to introduce yourself and your project. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So I will make it short. So as you guys already know, my name is David. I've been working with Bitlayer as a director of global BD since March this year. Basically, Bitlayer started the testnet as early as January this year. We've been on testnet for 3 months. Basically, mainnet deployed around 15th of April. And yeah, I mean, I had the pleasure to build this ecosystem from scratch together with the team. So fast forward, it's been quite productive year, I would say. So like, as you guys can imagine, like we went from nothing to almost 1 billion TVL as we speak, 820 millions the last time I checked, which was the day before yesterday. Right now, we have around 220 decentralized applications deployed on chain, Satoshi protocol being one of them. And yeah, so the vision behind the company is to become your go-to, I would say, DeFi L2. As it stands in terms of technology right now, it's still an optimistic rollup, sidechain, if you will. Which is going to change very soon. So we are going to deploy V2 of mainnet by the end of this year. And most of the tech changes will revolve around the bridging technology because, as you guys probably know, in terms of BTC L2s, there are like certain technological obstacles and trust assumptions, if you will. So we are probably going to deliver the first trustless bridge, or trust minimized, I should rather say, by the end of the year. And it's been an exciting time. Thank you.
Okay, Brady, you want to introduce yourself and your project?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Brady. I'm a BD director at BSquared. So BSquared is a Bitcoin Layer 2 solutions. We introduced BSquared Rob. It's the first Bitcoin Rob based on the verification commitment. And we also introduced a BSquared Hub. So it's the first Bitcoin DA layer to achieve the finality on the Bitcoin network. So keep it short and yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So this is Eligos. So I'm based in Hong Kong. So I'm the head of Asia BD of Bob. So Bob is a hybrid layer 2, which means that we are a UM compatible chain, but we are working on the VM development. So we have quite a few like milestones already. So we are trying to deliver something that like for users can use in Q1. And so it will be a change that we're UM compatible, but also is powered by Bitcoin consensus. And it's my first time here, so like last time I've been here, there's no, like the stadium is not established yet, so there's no 小巨蛋. But now I see there's a lot of things different, and I see like the Refi communities here is very huge, and I love you guys, and happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. I think the reason why, so today we have three to four Bitcoin panel today. And yesterday we talked about, and in Mr. Block, Sami as well, talking about the Bitcoin. Yeah. So I think it will discuss a lot of like I think Taiwanese and also so 我会用中文去补充，然后如果大家就是如果也给台上就是有回应，如果你听得懂，也有 echo 它。好，那介绍一下这个3个 Layer 2。The reason why I'm invited the speaker hear because I think Bitcoin layer 2 solution, except for like a lot of people thinking about, okay, you can deploy smart contract in Ethereum and other ecosystem, but how come you can deploy it on Bitcoin, right? And with that, 大家知道说像the 2021 there's a Taproot upgrade. So talking about the Snore signature, MicroTree, the NSTA, and TapScript. So it allows that you possibility to deploy smart contract. And now with the developing of technology, so this the kind of a dream come true that allow more developers to come in and to help it any kind of a roll-up solution like optimistic roll-up, this kind of solution or BVN. So I would like to think about Bitcoin operates in an increasingly competitive environment with Ethereum and other blockchain advancing their own layer 2 solution. So how can Bitcoin maintain its unique position and attract more users into its ecosystem? At the same time, the scalability and security challenges become more prominent, especially as we aim for mass adoption. So my question is that, in your view, how is the Bitcoin role involving in multi-chain ecosystem, particularly as other blockchain advance their layer 2 solution? How can Bitcoin layer 2 solution stand out and leverage their unique strengths? So why not we start with Debbie?
Myself.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking about the sales point, actually, like speaking on more of a like personal note, like in the beginning of this year, when I had a job interview at Bitlayer, it was the first time when I actually heard about L2s being built on Bitcoin. I've been always an Ethereum guy, but like I had this like a light bulb moment that, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense for DeFi to exist on top of Bitcoin. Like there are like plenty of advantages to that, and the opportunity I think is asymmetric, right? Why? Because if you think about like all the layer ones, EVM or non-EVM compatible, you name it, it doesn't really matter. Right now, there is like, don't quote me on that, but I believe like around 200 L1 chains, I mean Bitcoin aside, right? And now imagine that you are a developer who is deploying the app. So which chain would you choose? I mean, it's very tough because basically the liquidity is very fragmented. And sometimes we laugh that there are like more dApps on L1s than the users, right? So it's like very, very difficult to actually go with the right one. While I think in case of BTC L2s, it's very attractive because like those ecosystems are still very early. And I would say when like other L1s or EVM compatibles or not again, they're basically fighting for the liquidity, which is fragmented once again. In terms of Bitcoin, which, as we all know, is like probably the most like decentralized and secure network, the liquidity and the dormant capital is already there, waiting to be unlocked. Now, the problem is that as a BTC L2, you have to deliver those bits of trusted technology so that it's not based on certain trust assumptions. Now, when it comes to the security, I can speak to how Bitlayer approaches things. So basically, as I mentioned before, the ecosystem, I wouldn't say it's mature, but it's already quite big. So like we have certain mandates at the company. So for example, let's say if you're a developer or you're a team behind a decentralized application that's willing to deploy on chain, obviously you have to undergo the set of audits. Without the audits, you cannot count on Bitlayer's official support. Second thing is ourselves are audited like several times, speaking both about the testnet and the current mainnet v1. And we also like implement plenty of on-chain monitoring tools, right, which prevents like hacks from happening. We have like a lot of third-party technology providers, you name it, Immunify, Hacken, and so on and so forth. So basically, this is how we approach the security. Soon we are going to launch a bounty program. with Sherlock as well, so that the security experts, whoever is finding any sort of bugs, is going to be rewarded appropriately. And yeah, that would be my answer to the security and to potential value that L2s can bring to the space. Just makes sense, I believe.
I also noticed that Bitlayer actually, I think they got an investment by Franklin Templeton. So is that a good sign that the enterprise, like banking, this kind of thing is interesting about this like scale solution? And how's the competition with especially the TradFi, these entities?
Yeah, I mean that's a very good question. So guys, in terms in case you didn't know, Bitlayer is the first BTC L2 which got invested in by Franklin Templeton, which is a BTC ETF licensed institution. It was for us, it was less. To be honest, it's less about the money invested, but it was a market signal. We're the first one. Right now, there are probably around 3 or 4 BTC projects which have been invested by Franklin Templeton, and that shows the trust and hope in technology, right? So basically, that was the seed round. So we raised with Franklin Templeton and ABCDE 11 million at the valuation of 300. But another interesting thing, and thank you for touching on that, by the way, is that recently we closed Polychain with an extended A round, 9 million. And one of the reasons why Polychain decided to invest it in Bitlayer was the fact that we are actually developing mainnet V2. So basically, whoever comes first and delivers this trustless bridging technology is going to be maybe not necessarily a big winner, because this technology is going to be open sourced over time anyways. But this technology is coming, and the institutions are starting to catch up.
补充一下，就是可以看到，我用中文大概给大家比较清楚理解，就是Satoshi Protocol 就是也在很多 Layer 2的开发经验在这边，然后我觉得我们也跟很多大机构，尤其是像这个矿工，那传统机构，所以他们也开始注意这些的这个 Bitcoin solution， 所以我觉得这是一个it's a good sign， 然后这是那个 David 刚刚有特别强调。So Brady, what's your view about this? I think BSquared kind of positioned itself like a Babylon finality provider. So what's your view about this? And then the solutions stand out for leverage your unique strengths.
Yeah, so I think Bitcoin it's evolving from the store of value to the foundations for many DApps and financial systems. It relies on scalable solutions, particularly like the layer 2 technology to leverage Bitcoin's liquidity and security. So I think, yeah, it provides many unique strengths. For example, global recognitions and unparalleled decentralizations offer many advantages. So I think it must, the layer 2 technology, it must to enhance the scalability without compromising security. So that's why we introduced our BSquared Hub. So yeah, like you mentioned, BSquared Hub is a DA layer, and to achieve the confirmations from the Bitcoin network, and we work closely with Babylon to use the Bitcoin staking to safeguard the entire ecosystem. And I think it must to focus on interoperability, by integrating with other chains, we can bridge to different ecosystems and to enhance the utility. And the last, to promote the accessibility for the mass adoption.
Cool, very interesting. Eligos, I noticed that Bob kind of hybrid from Bitcoin and with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think this is developing for this solution before Bob built on Bitcoin. I think you guys have also had a lot of experience on this, especially the previous one is called Interlayer. And can you share more about you guys' view about this?
Yeah. Sure, thanks, Naka. So, like actually before, like the Bob team building this hybrid layer 2, we start a project called Interly, and also like actually two co-founders of Bob, like when they are in like Harvard, and they already start working on the BitVM development and also the BitVM research, and that's why we built our chain based on that. So the first message is like why we built on Bitcoin. So that's what Bob means. So I built on Bitcoin. So why we built on Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is the access and also the network have the most consensus. So that's why we trust and that's why we love it. And what we are like I would say like lots of us, like I mean the community, trying to deliver different like Bitcoin to EVM or Bitcoin to other chains approach with different like ideas, right? So we have like Bitlayer also and also BSquared also, and a lot of chains have their approach trying to like resolve it. And what Bob is different is a BitVM. So we already having some like progress, and that's why we are working on that. And that's the first message. So we want to build a chain that with the UVM compatible and also the access and also transactions are powered by Bitcoin mainnet and the consensus. So that's why we have the largest consensus. And this is the first thing. And the second one is on Bob, we are also developing another product besides the chains, which is a Bob Stick or a Bob Gateway. So we're trying to leverage the Bitcoin BitVM bridge that we develop, so that users can now actually develop, like bridge over the Bitcoin native Bitcoin to our chain with one swap and one transactions. But not only like they bridge over like something like Bitcoin to WBTC or like FBTC on Bob, but actually they can put into Babylon restaking access and also put into some RRT and then put into a lending protocol. So we develop different strategies that allow users and institutions that they can integrate and also they can use wisely. So that's what we are doing. And for that, just one insight. So actually when you're using Bob, and if you want like a lot of DeFi opportunities or like the earning rewards, so actually when you put it into like Babylon restaking access and put it into a Satoshi protocol and Minset USD and put it into others DeFi protocol, you can actually end earning the most like I would say the multipliers of Spice, which is our points. The reason why we designed a program or campaign like that is because we know that like for the BTC holders, like as what Kobe said, like most of the users are preferring is like a store of value. So no, like most of them don't really want to sell it or like change the form or status of the Bitcoin, but actually they are happy to, or like they are changing, so they are happy to store the Bitcoin and then leverage a stablecoin as a CDP to do other stuff. So that's what we are like looking for, and that's why we are so happy with Satoshi on Bob. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, currently, like, I mean, as a user, there's a different strategy that you can engage with the different layer 2 and different protocol. So they are unique strengths in different ecosystem. So as a Satoshi protocol, you collateralize the Bitcoin. So right now, I think, Bob, you can take a FBC as a collateral and to mint the USD. So I think we can talk about the different type of BTC. So I think FTBTC, and currently we have STBTC for Lorenzo in BitSquared, and in Bitlayer, and BitSquared we have like UBTC. So there's a different type of the BTC. Do you guys? If I'm a user, I'm kind of confused. Like there's just so many kinds of BTC, right? And so, as a user, what's your suggestion for them? As I mentioned, for mass adoption, what's your strategy to kind of educate the users to make sure that they feel safe to kind of wrap Bitcoin? Yeah, we'll start with you.
Sure. Yeah. So to be perfectly honest, right now as it stands, it's a little bit messy, isn't it? For example, just. First example from the top of my head. So let's say you want to check Bitlayer or BitSquare or BOB, let's say TVL or the volume or all kind of like on-chain metrics. Let's say you go to DeFi Llama, right? All the numbers are off. I cannot speak to the gentleman, but like in terms of Bitlayer, the TVL is off by like 300 million, which is absolutely insane. Why is it so? Well, actually, we are getting back to your question. So there are a lot of synthetic assets which are not yet recognized by the analytics tools that we have. Right, so let's say on Bitlayer we have different types of Bitcoin depending on the protocol, right? So like we have Pell, we have Lorenzo, we have Lombard, you name it, it's like 10 of them. And yes, indeed it can get a little bit confusing. And to make it even worse, right now, there's like around like 15 protocols, like LSD LRTs, like staking, restaking protocols, which are actually deploying on Bitlayer's mainnet, but they're actually like borrowing from, quote unquote, borrowing from Babylon's technology, right? So you are basically staking your Bitcoin with Babylon on Bitlayer's mainnet, and then you get liquid staking derivative pegged one-to-one to the Bitcoin staked. And there is going to be like another 15. So yes, it's indeed a little bit confusing. Like for an average user, like I would say, go with the household names for now. Satoshi again being one of them. Lombard, Lorenzo, Pell, Bedrock. So basically, I would use the protocols which have been like already like proven and battle tested elsewhere, because obviously like we can sort of like there's never a guarantee, right? But like all the protocols built on top of Bitlayer are audited, but there might be like a lot of other risk factors. So I would say go with something that is already tested, and educate yourself, because like even for me, like as a person who is like in charge of BD for Bitlayer, it's also confusing. Like those derivatives are getting crazy, and obviously there will be like winners and losers in this race. We don't know who's gonna win yet, but I would say go with whatever you feel comfortable with, baby steps, and go with the household names.
Yeah. Brady, you have something
Okay.
to share?
So if we focus on the mass adoption, I think now the key barrier is increase the high fee on the base layer and the complex user interface, and maybe like a limited real world use case. So I think maybe the breakthrough factors will be likely be a combination of improve the user interface, and maybe like interoperability, and also a vibrant developer communities. So yeah, BSquared, we have like a BSquared bus, like many different BTC-fi products to keep it simple for the users. And you can just browse our website and play around. And yeah, like all very straightforward, and let's keep it simple for the users. Yeah, I think that's the key.
Yeah, so from my perspective, so first of all, security. I would say from network level, so the most security network is Bitcoin. So that's why we are delivering the BitVM. So like when the assets type and also transaction is powered by like Bitcoin, then it should be super safe. Like if you don't trust Bitcoin, then I think most of you are not sitting here. So I think like you will agree with that. So that's why I'm building. And for the like adoption for users, so I want to like trying to promote like gateway. So again, so what gateway is doing is, so now you can leverage your native Bitcoin to do multiple strategies in one simple click. So now you don't have to, for example, you can like, from previously you have to bridge over your BTC to some multi-sig wallet and then bridge into a chain, bridge into the chain, then you have to convert into a different form of assets, and then you put it into DeFi, and then you have to monitor it. But in Bobstack, you can just simply, like in one click, and you can design your strategies. And on the same time, we onboard our front end to more platforms. For example, we have collaboration with Staking Rewards. We have collaboration with Xverse and Spider Pool. So we allow more users and institutions that can leverage these kind of strategies. And we are like welcoming and adding more strategies on the back end side. So you can like having more and more products from the user perspective to select. And I also have one more thing trying to say is, I don't know if you actually noticed that in in most of the exchange currently, for the earn product, or like especially for the DeFi earn product, they mainly leverage EVM or like Solana network for the yields or like to do some of campaign. The only exception from my perspective might be Binance Breath Wallet. So currently they just released that they can allow users to stake BTC on Babylon. Right, but on OKX, like mostly they will leverage WBTC or other UM-based access. So that's exactly what we are trying to do. It's like we want to bring native BTC to more UM-based DeFi strategies in one click. So that's what we are building. Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. I explain a bit the experience, and especially Satoshi protocol. It's connecting to all the different kind of the BTC. But I think we do one thing that we are pretty proud of, that we set up different risk profile, risk management. So in Satoshi protocol, we have a 5 defense line. So one thing is that we isolated the different vault. Like one thing, if it goes down, we won't affect it, the protocol itself. So we do help the users to kind of mitigate this kind of risk and the friction. So one thing, 我用中文也补充一下，就是如果你是 users， 你来到一个 Bitcoin ecosystem， okay, you connect wallet and you kind of confusing， 有好多种BTC， 对不对？我们比较常见像是 Wrap BTC， 这个 WBTC 就是 issued by BitGo， 然后就会开始有这些okay， 我到底要做哪一些 ？So I think one thing there's a lot of solution right now currently. I think you can use in Satoshi protocol to kind of 减少这个 friction. So 你可以在这边我们会有不同的 collateral ratio， 去有些是110， 有些是120collateral ratio means like your loan to value will be like from I think 80%, 90%, etc. different. 所以这些会由这个 protocol 去帮你去做这些 risk profile. 我们之后也会去 announcement 这个我们自己 in-house security to help people to kind of helping them to do this kind of risk report. So this is like very important. Like as a builder, like we are actually keeping building in this ecosystem to educate the users and reduce the friction. So user experience, I think, is the most important thing. Also echo this panel about how we kind of bring more user right into the ecosystem for mass adoption. So security level. So I think another thing I want to stress out is for cross-chain interoperability. So in today's multi-chain ecosystem, right, cross-chain interoperability is becoming increasingly important. So should Bitcoin Layer 2 solution actively seek collaboration with other chains? If so, what technical and protocol challenges should be prioritized for that? Yeah.
Yeah, so my answer to this question would be yes. And let me use like an anecdote today. So my wife told me, okay, today you are going to speak on the same stage with BSquared and Bob. Are you ready? Because that's the competition. And I was like, no, it's not really. So I would say we should definitely work together. Interoperability is a very important thing because, like, if you think about it, and I'll keep it short, money will go where it's treated the best. And in terms of Bitcoin, we are talking about such a huge capital that if you think about it, like the pie is big enough for everyone. So in the end of the day, it's about who is going to deliver the best technology, which again is going to be open source. So like we will keep on sharing technology to some extent, obviously. And the second things are the protocols, marketing, and PR. So basically, I'm, of course, like as always. Back in the day, there was like around 160 L2s being built on top of Bitcoin. A lot of them already died out. Some of them pivoted into AI liquidity layers, you name it. And here we are with BSquared and with BOV. Last man standing, you could say. Of course, I'm kidding, but I'm wishing everybody the best. And I think the bridging technology is like ever evolving. And it's already like pretty easy to bridge from one chain to another. We are right now waiting to pretty much like remove the trust assumptions when it comes to bridging from BTC L1 to L2. And yeah, then the floodgates open.
Yeah, answer is certain yes. Echoes David. Can't wait to work with you guys. Because like the cross-chain interoperability can bring the liquidity like to strengthen the DeFi ecosystem on other chains, and also like the adoption to bridge assets across different chains. So I think, yeah, of course, like we have our BSquared hub. It's a DA layer. So actually it's designed to serve not just BSquared, but also other ROBs. So yeah, we like to work with other ROBs and see how we can do the mass adoption for this.
Yeah, so I will be quick. So yeah, so I totally agree with David. So we are not in competition. Actually, we are shipping our product and develop the best, and also operate it, and show like why like which one is better, and the community will tell like us in the long run. And like for the cross chain, so actually like I understand that like there's a lot of bridges, okay? There's a lot of crossing protocol. But what I'm trying to say is like it's not only about BTC, like some sort of BTC to another sort of BTC, or BTC chains to another BTC chain. There's a lot of like non-EVM chains also. Like we have Cosmos, we have Sui, we have Aptos, like Move language, and also we have Solana, and also like BSC, right? So for us, like currently we working with others, and you will see like Layer 0 with us, and you will see some collaboration between us and also CCIP Chainlink in the coming weeks. So that's how we're trying to resolve it, but we welcome like collaborations. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, it's credible in discussion, this panel. Before we wrap up, so one sentence you want to give the audience for the key takeaway, or something you guys want to give the audience notice? One sentence.
Yeah, so one sentence.
Yeah, just like sharing something, the news, TGE or something.
Okay, the deployment of V2 mainnet this year, public sales in December, the same valuation with our extended A round. So guys, you can check it out. Please visit our website, social media, you name it. And just last closing thought, Naka, thank you so much for being a great moderator today. Thank you so much to the organizers of Taipei Blockchain Week. It's been amazing so far, and obviously to the audience, because like without you guys, like this would never happen. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Brady?
Yeah, so thanks for the invitation. And yeah, TG and for Q1 and
Q1.
yeah.
Oh, exciting. Any airdrop to audience?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we did many. Yeah, happy to be here. And certainly we will work with Web2 Enterprise. Keep it posted. And
Yeah, so I will say two sentences. So the first one is like we really appreciate community. Without you, we don't have Bob, or like actually every chains. Without community, we are nothing. And second one is no matter where you are. So I believe Bitcoin is something that we value. So build on Bitcoin. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I want to extend my gratitude to our incredible panelists, David, Brady, Eligos, so for sharing their expertise and inspiring us the vision of Bitcoin futures. So let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And of course, a huge thank you for our wonderful audience for your energy and engagement. Okay, so that's to keep building for the Bitcoin ecosystem. Thank you. Enjoy the Taipei Blockchain Week. Thank you.